So after reading Scott Adams, Dilbert author's Evil White Supremacy, White Victimhood Talking Points, I wanted to do a deeper dive in it to celebrate Black History Month. So let's start. To increase equity, California high schools are now eliminating honors classes because blacks make up 15% of the school population and they're only 14% of the honors classes, and we just can't do with that evil white racism. So we got to punish the white and Asian students because not enough blacks made it into honor class. Then there was the Black Student Union at Auburn. We're passing around a list of 250 anti-white slurs that they came up with. That's a lot of slurs that they need to challenge just the one that we have. Pathetic. What we know about the case of the 6-year-old who allegedly shot his teacher. Now, when the story first popped out, it was white kid shoots teacher, and then we come to learn it was a black 6-year-old that shot a white teacher. Well, we're just getting started. 3 students killed and 5 wounded after shooting at Michigan State University. Notice how this isn't labeled a school shooting or a mass shooting, and they don't talk about the race of the offender in it. Just so happens it was a black man that killed white students. Very rare. Woke teacher turns white peoples into slaves. This is another elementary school story where the black teacher videotaped himself forcing the white students to wait on the black students because it's Black History Month and Black Lives Matter. Nothing wrong with that. Ohio police probe reports black students assaulted white students and forced them to say Black Lives Matter. These are 6th graders, and they took the white students out to the playground, and to celebrate Black History Month, they made them say Black Lives Matter, and any student that refused, they beat them up. You know, just kids being kids, boys being boys. Young mom killed in front of kids after parking lot dispute on Valentine's Day. Now, what is missing from this headline? The race of the people involved. And wouldn't you know, it was a black woman shooting a white woman. Again, black on white violence is extremely rare. That Dilbert author, complete racist. 9-year-old girl, TV news reporter among 3 killed in Orlando in shooting. And what is missing from this story? Yet again, it doesn't show you an image of the black man who murdered a 9-year-old girl. I wonder why. Definitely nothing funky going on here. A 35-year-old and 15-year-old were arrested for shooting 9 children at a Georgia gas station. Why wasn't that? That didn't make the international news, did it? Because when a black adult tries to kill white children, no big deal. We're just going to ignore it. Remember, Dilbert author, he is a liar, white victimhood. Video of a 6'6" student beat teacher unconscious for taking his Nintendo Switch. This is a 17-year-old. See, it doesn't show the race, doesn't say the race of the attacker in this, but a 17-year-old black male who is 6'6" and weighs almost 300 pounds, beat up a 100-pound substitute teacher. I think it was a teacher's assistant, but you know, white on black violence, extremely rare. Arizona man, notice it just says Arizona man, beats coworker with baseball bat at Intel cafeteria. How did that diversity drive go, Intel? Worked out great for them. 12-year-old auto theft suspect calls for charges against a vehicle owner who killed him. Now, the parents of this 12-year-old mad that an evil racist white man shot their innocent and perfect son. It just so happens that the 12-year-old with a gun stole this white man's car, and then when the white guy tracked down his expensive Audi with the app, he was met with gunfire from a 12-year-old. So not only did this 12-year-old black kid steal the car from him, but also try to murder him when this guy was getting his property back. That's f***ed up. Horrific moment, man casually loads his gun and executes homeless man on St. Louis sidewalk with bullet to the back of the head. Again, what the news story is leading out is that it was a black man, random act of violence, decided that, hey, this white homeless man, I need to kill him. Not international news. Go figure. I wonder why. Now, did you guys have a good Black History Month? I think what we learned from the Dilbert author is that he's a white supremacist, he's a racist, and there's nothing funny going on here. And if white people have a problem with violence against whites, well, that's just, what is it? I can't think of the word. You guys will correct me in the comments. I'm heated, guys. Give me a break. But yeah, so these are just the news stories that popped up in my feed. I didn't even have to search for them. They were just all on my timeline in a neat order. Now, you guys have some homework. What I would like you to do is use the comments to show me all the stories of white people doing this to black people, because it is an evil white supremacist country based on systemic and structural racism. So clearly the problems that black people have, there's got to be at least 10 times the examples just in February, Black History Month, of evil evil white people doing this to black people, because it's clearly not a one-sided event in America that we shouldn't talk about. Anytime someone brings up the violence happening against whites, they get fired. And good thing I'm not famous, so I really can't get fired or canceled. But yeah, if you guys know of any stories, any equivalent stories of white on black violence, leave it in the comments so we can show everyone that this is normal, and actually white people do it more to black people than black people do it to white people. And there's definitely not a disturbing trend going on here that everyone in the mainstream news is trying to hide.